Good evening and welcome to the Elmore County Commissioner Work Session for July 10th, 2023. I'll call this meeting to order. We'll start with regular business. Review the minutes of the June 26, 2023 Commission meeting. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? Excuse me. Next item, review the memorandum of warrants for a period of June 18th, 2023 through June 24th, 2023. Mr. Byer.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, for that time period, the memorandum of warrants is $1,266,945.23.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All righty, after I read the next agenda item, we will hold a public hearing for a special events retail alcohol license. Public hearing for a 140 special events retail alcohol license application for the Blackjack Sympathy by JROK Incorporated at the Lake Martin Amphitheater, 8878 Kalijah Road, Eclectic, Alabama, 36024 for an event on July 22nd, 2023 through July 23rd, 2023. Mr. Byer, is this application compliant with all advertising requirements?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Now we'll begin the public hearing. Is anyone here would like to speak in opposition to the special events retail alcohol license? All right, hearing no opposition, is anyone here would like to speak in support of the special events retail alcohol license? All right, with no one coming forward to speak in this license, or any questions or comments from commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, this is a one-night, one-day event. It's like the others that they've had up there, and it's very organized, and probably be 10 officers there on the security team, so never had any issues in the past with these.
All right, thank you for that comment. All right, any other comments from commissioners? All right, moving on to our next item, which will be old business. Discuss the 3 County Board of Equalization nominations due August 1st, 2023, with one nominee listed being Lucretia Cawthorn. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, now we'll move to new business. Jenny Hamilton, District Attorney's Office, domestic violence grant application, and Jenny will invite you to the podium to discuss your program.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Jenny Hamilton with the DA's office. And you have in your packets the memo that I prepared for you. I just wanted to give you a little bit of history about this grant proposal that I'm asking you to support here this evening. We have had the domestic violence unit in Elmore County for more than a quarter of a century now. The Sheriff's Office, the DA's office, and the Elmore County Commission all partner together to write this grant proposal to ADECA each year and ask for funding to support our domestic violence unit. The only thing that's changed besides the fact that money gets less and less every year, but the only thing that has really significantly changed about the grant is in 2022, ADECA deemed that they no longer wanted it to be one grant, and they split it into 2, a law enforcement side and a prosecution side. And since that happened, we handed the law enforcement side over, and Brittany Myers took that on and handled it, and now Julie Lawrence is handling it for the EMA office. So she writes the law enforcement grant for which supports Sheriff's Office deputies. I write the prosecution grant, which supports prosecutors and victim service officers. We still ask for the same bulk amount of funding each year through that grant. We just have to write 2 separate grants and report separately. We still share statistics and data in order to make those reports. So it's still the same collaboration that it's always been. The law enforcement grant reimburses a portion of base salaries and FICA for 4 sheriff's officers or sheriff's deputies who are assigned to work on the domestic violence cases, and the prosecution grant reimburses a portion of base salaries and FICA for 2 prosecutors and 3 victim service officers. Now, the prosecutors and victim service officers serve the circuit, which is Elmore, Autauga, and Chilton, whereas the deputies are only here in Elmore County. The total grant request that we are asking for 2024 is $114,000, which is level funding from last year. That's broken down in your packet. Essentially, it's a total of $69,000 for the prosecution grant and $137,250 for, no, I'm sorry, $114,000 for the prosecution and $69,000 for law enforcement. And there's a breakdown. Essentially, there's a 25% match from the agencies for what we're requesting. So the total match, as far as for the Elmore County Sheriff's Office goes, is $17,250. Total match that the DA would provide is $28,500. And so we're just asking that you would once again support our efforts in submitting this grant for 2024. Unfortunately, I don't have a date for you yet as to when the grant will be due. It's normally due this time of year, but ADECA has slowly been behind the last couple of years due to COVID and a new online reporting system that they're using. Are there any questions I can answer for you guys?
All right, any questions? We appreciate you being here tonight. We appreciate what you do. It's a shame that you have to do this, but it's part of society we live in. I appreciate what you do to focus on this. Please appreciate Ms. Julie Lawrence, what she's doing to write the grant, and so we appreciate y'all coming tonight.
I really appreciate Ms. Lawrence, what she's doing. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. All right, next item, consider appointing Chairman Bart Mercer to the ACCA Legislative Committee. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, it is that time of year where ACCA has asked for our nominations for the Legislative Committee. As you recall, each county gets a nomination, and Chairman Mercer has been serving the last several years on behalf of the county. So we have put before you considering to appoint him again to that ACCA Legislative Committee.
All right, any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, I will say I appreciate the confidence my fellow commissioners have had in me in serving in that capacity, representing Elmore County in the past years. All right, next item, discuss FY 2024 commission meeting dates. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as we get ready to consider and hopefully adopt the budget over the next 30 days or so at the August meeting, one of the things that we have made it a practice as is going ahead and establish the commission dates and the holiday schedule for the upcoming year. That allows us to plan not only meetings, but also allows for the employees to begin planning their schedules for the coming year. So the commission meeting dates are the first item, and then the next item on the agenda is the holiday schedule. And if the chairman will allow me, I'll go ahead and just mention on the holiday schedule, first of all, the commission meeting dates are basically in line with what y'all have done in the past. We have our county government day on there. We have our single meeting in December and August. And then on the holiday schedule, the only change or tweak to that is the caveat, the 3 floating holidays that the commission began granting years ago. I think in FY 20, we have changed that date to where those are granted to the employees on January 1st instead of October 1st. One thing we were running against is our annual leave cap forces a lot of employees to not be able to take advantage of that, and it puts us in a crunch near the end of the budget year. So by moving it to January 1st, that helps us, and that actually is better in line with the holidays that the commission did away with in lieu of the floating holidays. So, Mr. Chairman, I know you only asked for the one discussion, but those kind of go hand in hand with each other.
Sure. So the next agenda item is consider FY 2024 holiday schedule. So you've already covered that, but are there any questions or comments from Mr. Byer concerning those 2 agenda items? All righty. Next item is discuss authorizing chairman to execute construction agreement to resurface and stripe on Willow Springs Road from Jasmine Hill to Redland Road, project STPMN-2623-250, ECP 26-21-22. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is one of the last MPO projects in the current TIP, the Transportation Improvement Program, that runs through the end of this fiscal year. This is a project that is budgeted, and this construction agreement allows us to move forward with construction of this project.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next item, consider setting a public hearing to vacate a portion of Lake Shore Court in Wetumpka, Alabama. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this stretch of Lake Shore Court is up in District 1. It is off of the west side of Lake Jordan. This is a portion that landowners have been asking about vacating, but have not gone through the proper process to vacate. And in discussion with Commissioner Hines, the discussion was that it was better for the county to pursue the vacation process, which is a little different than if adjoining landowners approach. We have no understanding that anybody's going to protest the vacation when we have our public hearing, but it does require some additional advertising that we wouldn't necessarily have to do on the front end if the adjoining landowners filed the petition. So this and the next item are in similar fashion. So the chief engineer and his staff are in agreement that this stretch could be vacated, and the county attorney has prepared all the necessary documents to begin the process. After this meeting, if this is set by the commission for this public hearing date, we would go through a 4-week advertising period, and that would put you in line for the August 14th meeting that you could consider it. And again, this is in District 1, so to be consistent with vacations, Commissioner Hines would have to be the commissioner that make the motion when that comes up.
All right, any questions or comments from commissioners? Our next agenda item is consider setting a public hearing to vacate a portion of Neely Road in Deepsville, Alabama. Mr. Byer, I believe you said there was very similar circumstances on this agenda item as well.
Very similar. This came up actually after the tornado in January when we were actually doing cleanup with the contractor, and it became evident that the landowners were in a position where they wanted to vacate this portion and not have any public down there, and so that started the discussion as well. This is District 1 with Commissioner Hines. So.
All right, any questions or comments? All right, moving on to the next item, the consent docket, approved travel memorandum. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next is personnel notifications. Notification of hire of Armand Roberti III, Equipment Operator 2, effective 7/5/2023. Notification of hire of Alexis Summers, Equipment Operator 2, effective 7/5/2023. Notification of hire of Tyler George, Corrections Officer, effective 6/4/2023. Notification of hire of Bailey Hamrick, Part-Time Corrections Officer, fill vacant slot, effective 6/29/2023. Notification of hire of Brandy Barkley, Dispatcher, Tier 2, fill vacant slot, effective 6/30/2023. Promotion of Camden Moore, Corrections Officer, to Process Server, effective 7/14/2023. Notification of hire of Kimberly Little, Administrative Assistant, effective 7/10/2023. All right, and now we move to reports to the commission. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, a number of items for you this evening. First, in front of you, you've got a 3-ring binder with the first draft of the FY24 budget. I invite you to look through that. Several of you participated in budget meetings with the different department heads that fall within your area of expertise. Review those. I'd be glad to answer any questions on those and get back any kind of changes that we need to make. If we stay on schedule with what has happened in the past few years, we have a little over a month before we would be asking for you to consider approval of the 24 budget at the August 14th meeting. That would get us in line to have everything ready for the upcoming budget year and be able to allow us closeout time and not have that overlap with closing one out and trying to approve a new one. This also puts in the proposed pay changes that we've talked about since the inception of the pay scale and merit system years ago, and I believe it was the FY19 process. This takes the temporary premium pay and converts that over into pay for employees. We're working through, we've got 1 year left on the revenue replacement funds that are left in our ARP allocation to help offset some of that, but right now everything looks like it's in order to be able to handle all those changes like we talked about a few years ago when we put the TPP in place. There is a narrative in the very front of the budget document. You can glean a lot of highlights out of that, and then there's a number of items of detail in there that, again, once you review that, feel free to give me a call, and I can go over any of that information you need. So, a couple other items of update. We were given notice by ADECA a little over a week ago since the last meeting that our application for the West Elmore Sewer Group and the funds that we needed to supplement our ARP allocations was awarded to us. It's a little over $3.5 million. So that project will be proceeding. We're working with the county attorney and engineers to try to get the design contract ready, but we'll be in a position that Commissioner Mercer will be able to talk about his passion project a little more publicly moving forward. We've also gotten word from ALDOT and awaiting the agreement that we've been awarded $1.5 million in federal funds to help with the improvements on Highway 14 around the 17 Springs project, the signalization and access improvements. So since the last commission meeting, that's about $5 million worth of grants that we've been awarded for these improvements with our partners. Our Hohenberg project is progressing well. We still anticipate that being complete by the end of the year. That's a partnership project with the school board and the city of Wetumpka. Our 17 Springs Phase 1 is winding down. We're waiting on punch list items and the last few items to get handled there. And our Phase 2 project, we had our pre-construction conference on Friday, and we anticipate next week for the contractor to mobilize and get started on that. Our quality of life Phase 2 is set to launch. We've approved the design proposal for that. We anticipate in the next 30 days to have our first group meetings on the focus group, so we'll be getting in touch with specifically Commissioner Hines and Commissioner Daughtry to work with the partners on getting that going. And then as an update on our rebuild projects, hopefully by the end of this week, we should have everything to the west of the Coosa River done on our 23 projects, and then we'll probably be waiting several weeks before the contractor returns to come back, and hopefully by the end of the summer, first part of the fall, finish up the rest of the project, so everything east of the Coosa River. So that's currently the plan right now on the rebuild projects. Since you have approved the 24 projects, we're working on anything that we can go ahead and turn loose to the next contractor that wins our bid after the 1st of October as well. So engineering staff's working hard to get that done, and the operations staff is working diligently on these other grants to get those handled. So long report, but a lot of items since the last meeting that I wanted to update you on. You also have an updated list of our priorities. Not only do we add the Rebuild 24 projects on there, there were several other projects on there. So we're up to close to 140 of active projects that we're working right now in the county. So they range in all different levels from rebuild and large projects to single sites, but all the same, they take some effort. Staff's done an excellent job of trying to work these and get those done. So, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have in the way of report. Do y'all have any questions or comments for me?
Any questions or comments, Mr. Byer? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to reports from commissioners. Commissioner Hines?
Thank you, Chairman. First, I want to start by thanking our Highway Department and Mr. Byer and our whole staff for working hard on Rebuild Alabama. As he said, they are working all right now on the one side of the county and have it completed. We hope in the next couple of weeks, and then by the end of the summer, we're told that we should have all the other projects done for Rebuild 23. So another thing is we had an isolated storm that came through several days ago that left us a lot of damage and power lines down and all. And let me tell you, our volunteer fire departments, our power company, and our highway department was right on the job, and they done an outstanding job. And I want to commend Luke and his staff, and please pass it on that a lot of comments from the public out there, how quick the roads got taken care of and everything was done. It got everything up and going, and a lot of people didn't realize how much damage we had, but we had a good bit across Elmore County on that. Next of all is mowing is continued in the county. We've got 3 and 4 crews constantly working depending on the tractors and the weather, so that should be heading right on into the summer. And I think that pretty well covers everything. Again, I want to thank our volunteer fire departments, our highway department, and the power company for the great job they've done for Elmore County and getting our residents up and going. They've done an outstanding job. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Daughtry.
No report, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Commissioner Hill. All right, Commissioner Jackson.
Thank you, Chairman. Coming up, we have an agent from the USDA that will be in Elmore County on July 20th. He is going to discuss the single-family housing repair loaning grant, which applies to the Elmore County area, and it focuses on fixing a lot of safety and hazard conditions that some of our residents may be facing. He'll be at the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church at 6:30 on July 20th. So like I said, Elmore County is eligible if you know anyone who has a health or safety hazard in their home who may qualify. Also, Chairman, we will be having a back-to-school event. This time next month, the kiddos will be back in schools, and Elmore County will be back and rolling. And so we will have a back-to-school event in Crenshaw on August 6th, where we will be giving out school supplies, book bags, and et cetera. Thank you, Chairman, that's all.
Thank you. I just want to make one comment on the projects that Mr. Byer went through. And, you know, we have a list here of projects that we have going throughout the county. He said, I believe it was 140. Those projects and us being to work on that many things at one time with our size staff, 5 commissioners, that's only because that we're all working together. Not only are we working with our fellow commissioners, we're working with our municipalities, our other agencies. And I just want to say to everyone that has a part of that, thank you. Because we're able to do great things in this county. We're not sitting up here fussing at each other. We don't fuss with our other people, our departments. We're working together. We're doing our job. We're finding a way to solve problems with the resources that we have to do with, and we're moving forward. And I appreciate everyone that's a part of that. All right, now we'll move on to call on Ms. Brittany for important calendar dates.
Friday, July 21st through Sunday, July 23rd will be the 2023 back-to-school sales tax holiday in Elmore County. Friday, July 21st through Monday, July 24th will be the NACO Annual Conference in Austin, Texas. On Thursday, July 27th will be our next commission work session at 5 p.m. with the business meeting immediately following. And then Monday, August 14th, we'll have a commission work session at 5 p.m. with the business meeting immediately following.
All right, thank you. We'll reconvene shortly for our business meeting. Good evening and welcome to the Elmore County Commission meeting for July 10th, 2023. I will call this meeting to order. I'll ask Commissioner Hill to offer invocation, and then I'll ask Commissioner Jackson to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Hill.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that you've given us, Lord. And Father, I pray that as we come together tonight to be about the county's business, Lord, you help us make good decisions about what we need to do. Lord, I pray that you'll keep each one of us safe. And we ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand.
Ms. Brittany, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Hines?
Here.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Here.
Chairman Mercer?
Here.
Commissioner Hill? Commissioner Jackson?
Here.
All right, thank you. We'll start with regular business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the June 26, 2023 commission meeting?
Motion to approve.
Ms. Brittany, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the memorandum of warrants for a period of June 18th, 2023 through June 24th, 2023?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to old business. Is there a motion to approve or deny a 140 special events retail alcohol license application for the Black Jacket Sympathy by JROK Incorporated at the Lake Martin Amphitheater, 8878 Kalijah Road, Electric, Alabama, 36024, for event on July 22nd, 2023 through July 23rd, 2023.
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to new business. Is there a motion to approve or deny domestic violence grant application and authorize chairman to execute?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve or deny appointing Chairman Bart Mercer to the ACCA Legislative Committee?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve or deny FY 2024 commission meeting dates?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve or deny FY 2024 holiday schedule?
Motion to approve.
And second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to approve or deny authorizing chairman to execute construction agreement to resurface and stripe on Willow Springs Road from Jasmine Hill Road to Redland Road, project number STPMN-2623-250 ECP 26-21-22.
Motion approved.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve or deny setting a public hearing on Monday, August 14th, 2023 at 5 p.m. to vacate a portion of Lake Shore Court in Wetumpka, Alabama?
Motion approved.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to approve or deny setting a public hearing on Monday, August 14th, 2023 at 5 p.m. to vacate a portion of Neely Road in Deepsville, Alabama?
Motion approved.
And second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, the next item is the consent docket. Is there a motion to approve the consent docket as presented in the work session?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, we will forego an additional reading of the personnel notifications. Are there any additional reports to the commission?
No, sir.
All right, are there any additional reports from commissioners? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes,
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
we are adjourned.